What's up guys, it's Average Owl making average content for the average viewer, and today I want to talk about Battlefield 2042 again, but rather than talking about all of the things that I'm worried about and the things that give me concern and the things that are making the community in general quite rightly concerned, I want to talk about the one thing that I really firmly believe is going to 100% be the saving grace for Battlefield 2042. And not only that, it's the thing that I really think is going to carry on this game for years, and I think this one mode within Battlefield 2042 will live on with a huge, rich player base for years to come, long after the full game eventually dies off. And that is, of course, Battlefield Portal. Now, I know that a lot of creators are hyping up Battlefield Portal, and a lot of people are talking about how awesome and how much potential there is for Battlefield Portal. But really, I want to drive home the main reason that I think that Battlefield Portal will be the #1 feature within Battlefield 2042, and the one thing that will make this game absolutely amazing. By this point, I'm sure most of you guys know what Battlefield Portal is, but for those of you who don't know, I'll run it down just briefly. Battlefield Portal is essentially the ultimate sandbox mode for Battlefield. It is going to be the chief mode when it comes to any sort of crazy exploits you want to do, and basically dialing in the game to make it exactly how you want to make it. Everything that is wrong with the base game, everything that has been wrong with Battlefields in the past, can all be changed by you and the community at large. This means that whatever we find wrong with Battlefield 2042 in the all-out warfare vanilla mode, we can completely change and turn on its head to make the experience 100 if not a million times better within Battlefield Portal. Basically, as a community, we're going to be given literally like developer level tools which we'll be able to use to make any sort of game mode we want. Basically, anything within Battlefield that has a sort of like value attached to it, we will be able to change. A lot of people are talking about the sort of grand, massive, insane modes that we'll be able to make, like 50v50 defibrillator only matches and crazy infected modes where there's only one guy on the ground to start with a rocket launcher, and then everyone else is in jets and you have to shoot the jets down, and then eventually it's just one jet trying to dodge all of these smorts. Loads of people are talking about these sort of crazy, in-depth, mental modes that you'll be able to make with Portal, and for one, I just want to say that yeah, these modes are going to be absolutely awesome, and they're going to be so much fun, and they're really going to expand the longevity of this game on the whole. However, what I feel like a lot of people are missing, the points that people are missing here, is the sort of basic level core Battlefield game modes that we're actually going to be able to make ourselves. For example, one thing that keeps going around and round within the community at the moment is the fact that they don't like specialists. Loads of people are up in arms about the removal of the traditional class system that Battlefield has been known for years gone past, and instead they've opted to go for this specialist system. Well, within Battlefield Portal, we have access to all the tools that are already in the vanilla game, so there's no reason why you won't be able to make a sort of Battlefield 2042 vanilla mode, but instead of specialists, we all use, say, the Battlefield 3 class system, but with Battlefield 2042 weapons. All of this is possible. Not only that, if, for example, down the road, DICE decide to make another change like they did in Battlefield 5, where they changed the TTK, well, in Battlefield 5, everybody hated that change, and it drew so many players away from the game. But with Battlefield Portal, if something like that happens, you could simply just go onto Battlefield Portal, make a server of all of the Battlefield 2042 maps, everything exactly the same but with the old TTK. From now on, anything that they change that the community at large doesn't like and doesn't enjoy, well, you can just make it the way it used to be or tweak it so it's to your taste within Battlefield Portal. Now look, there are going to be some limitations to this. For example, if you don't have a following on Twitter or Facebook or YouTube or Instagram, then the chances are you might not be able to populate your own server. But with that being said, so many people are going to be making these experiences and making these games that I would almost bet my life that there will always be something to your taste to play. This means that whatever your playstyle and whatever your preference when it comes to Battlefield, it can all be met within Battlefield Portal just by searching for servers and games that you think the rule sets apply to you and how you want to play. Now, there's one thing that I think really makes the difference between Battlefield Portal and games that have sort of attempted this on a much smaller scale in the past, and that is your progression. DICE have said that to a certain extent, progression within Battlefield Portal will carry over and carry the exact same values as it does in the vanilla game. This means that say you do hate the all-out warfare mode that Battlefield 2042 is, well, usually in games like this, if they had their own sort of tool set that you could create your own modes, well, when you went ahead and played on those servers and in those games, well, 9 times out of 10 that would mean that you couldn't get XP for your weapons, or you couldn't get character XP, and you'd sort of just be playing that for fun, but you wouldn't be able to progress within the full game. Well, DICE have already stated that within Battlefield Portal, all of this progression will be crossed over the 3 game modes, that being All Out Warfare, Portal and Hazard Zone. That means that whatever you're doing within Battlefield 2042, you'll always be progressing and you'll always be marching forwards within the game's ecosystem. This means that there's absolutely no reason why you should have to play a standard game of Conquest within All Out Warfare if you don't like the rule set and you don't like the way that the game is. You'll be able to go straight into Portal, and I bet 9 times out of 10 you'll be able to find the exact map with the exact rules that you want to play. And the best thing is, all of this will still count towards your overall progression, meaning that nothing you do within this game mode is going to be for nothing. I mean, there is one caveat to this. I'm guessing that, for example, if they make a game mode where it's super easy to kill people and there's one team that's always going to be getting like hundreds upon hundreds of kills every game, then I'm guessing they'll nerf that so that you can't exploit it. I'm hoping they will, at least. And I guess that is one area where Battlefield Portal may come unstuck, but on the whole, I think people really need to get more excited for what Battlefield 2042 Portal has to offer, because at the moment we have never seen anything to this scale in gaming, and I think that everyone should be super excited about this. And if all this wasn't enough, we already know that whatever comes to Battlefield 2042 in the future in terms of new maps, new weapons and new vehicles will automatically be put into Portal. And on top of that, I would hazard a guess that they will even be bringing back assets from old games like Battlefield 1, like Battlefield 5, and maybe even new maps from Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, Battlefield 1942. The thing is, they have all of the assets and all of the stuff from previous Battlefield games that the community absolutely adore to pull in for free. So despite what you thought of the beta, and despite what you think about the direction that Battlefield 2042 is going in general, I really do think that you should actually look into what Battlefield Portal will be able to do and what it means for the game and for the franchise as a whole, because I really think that if all else fails, Battlefield Portal will absolutely save Battlefield 2042 and make this game go down as one of the best FPS games in history. But anyway, that's all I want to talk about in this little video. For those of you who have watched my videos for a while, you'll know that I love to see who sticks around until the end. So if you're still here, I'd like you to let me know by answering this question down in the comments. Do you share my excitement for Battlefield Portal, or do you just think that it's going to be an overhyped gimmick? Anyway, that's it from me today. I'm Average Joel. Peace.